I'm Stano, I'm 19 years of age, and I and my friends would like to know about our HIV status. Because mapero yetu, ongeangi na sisi on issues concerning sexuality. Pia nagopa kutest, jinujuliza je ni katan positive. Inaweza kuwa aje, mabeste wangu, mapero wangu, na pia girlfriend wangu, wanaweza ni abandon. Na pia nusikia watu wakisema ni poke test, lakini jo sikuagi sure.
The youth aged 15 to 30 years provide a window of opportunity for HIV prevention efforts in Kenya. Comparing the Kenya Demographic Health Survey of 2003 and the Kenya AIDS Indicator Survey of 2007, it reveals that there was an almost 400% increase in HIV prevalence as the youth aged 15 to 19 years old moved to the 20 to 24 year age group, the HIV prevalence rising from 0.4% in 2003 to 1.9% in 2007.
In the year 2007, the country applied for financial support to the Global Fund. CARE was requested by the country coordinating mechanism to take up the role of the principal recipient, basically as the managers for the non-government component of the funding, as part of the multisectoral interventions that address HIV epidemic.
In the country, majority of those who have not tested for HIV are young people between the ages of 15 to 24. 50.4% of these are girls, while 66.4% are boys.
Out of a possible population of close to 22 million who are eligible to know their HIV zero status, up to the end of last year, we only had 6 million people knowing their HIV status. Interrogating this data demonstrated very clearly that stigma and discrimination levels are still relatively high.
The HIV testing and counseling coverage goal for this country is 80%. This is according to the Kenya National AIDS Strategic Plan 3. However, only 40% of males and 57% of females have ever tested according to the Kenya Demographic Health Survey of 2008. It means that we still have a long way to go before we can attain our KNASP3 goal.
As more and more people seek knowledge of their HIV status with adequate post-test care, the chances of adopting safer behaviors will be increased. Through the Global Fund Round 7 GFR7 project, various strategies have been used to provide HIV counseling and testing, HTC. The strategies being used include static sites, provider-initiated counseling and testing, PITC,
Swali lako ni nzuri sana mama. Wakati umezaa na uko na virusi vya ukimwi, kunyonyesha unafuatilia maagizo. Unanyonyesha mtoto kwa miezi 6 bila kitu kingine na huku ukiendelea na dawa.
Mobile sessions including daytime mobiles and moonlight HTC.
KANCO has been implementing Global Fund Round 7 program under the guidance of CARE Kenya, and we are implementing project based from HIV testing and counseling, people living with HIV outreaches, youth outreaches.
We work in 2 regions under the Global Fund Round 7, that is Kwale and Kisauni region. And we implement 3 major service delivery areas, that is sensitization of people living with HIV and their families on ART. We're also doing youth event outreaches, and we're also implementing BBH communication with youth.
HIV counseling and testing services are a crucial part of prevention and are necessary as a prerequisite for supporting, caring, and providing treatment for the HIV infected. Furthermore, HIV prevention interventions give individuals an opportunity to receive relevant information and to correct misconceptions about HIV.
Reasons zinatuma mayouth ogope kwenda kutest ni inaccessibility to the VCT services kuna myths and misconceptions ambapo mtu anabelieve kana kidonda alafu ihile haraka yako fiti. Na pia tumelack ma role models kwa community wenye tunaweza emulate.
HIV prevention interventions are done by increasing the uptake of HIV prevention and treatment services, specifically the access to HIV counseling and testing services and provision of behavior change communication and outreach services, while also strengthening institutional capacity to effectively implement and monitor the program. The Global Fund program targets people aged between 15 to 49 years for HIV counseling and testing.
Ni muhimu gani ueleza na mayouth kwa abstain?
Without abstaining utajiingiza kwa mambo mabaya, kama utapata virusi vya ukimwi, mimba ya kujitakia, pengine ukutarajia.
Kwa abstain inatusaidia manake pia utakuwa umejipatia value, utakuwa unathaminika kama hivi kwa familia yako, unajiepusha na mambo mengi.
So kama si mayouth tukiingilia mambo na early section ni mbaya. Unapata in future tunajaribia vision yetu, tunaingia kwa STIs, vitu kama HIV and AIDS. So it is important as kama si mayouth to involve mambo na abstaining.
Through the Global Fund Round 7, couples are especially encouraged to test. This is because new evidence points to many new infections coming from couples.
na birisho ake shake nikinasira nyainya iria hikunya to gairo gaendai nakuna rara kwa dagere lara peloru amara nyino nara na mara ade usi nya ngora iltungana ha kala gira ramat karibuni na dio asante.
Mimi naitwa Ile na mimi ni mshauri na leo hii nimeweza kuwatembelea huko nyumbani nikiwaletea huduma za watu kujijulia hali pia kuwapa ushauri ambao ni mufti kwa maisha yetu kuhusu virusi vya HIV na pia mambo na maambukizi ya ngono. Ni dhahiri kwamba chochote ambacho tukifanyacho hapa tutaacha tu hapa kwa hii nyumba. Tukitoka hapa itakuwa ni siri baina yenu na mimi. Na ninaona umetukaribisha ukiwa peke yako. Sasa hizi naona mko wawili. Naweza nikasema pengine nitawaita kina nani?
Okay, mimi naitwa Seguno na wewe ni bibi yangu.
Kabla tujapima ni vizuri pia tuweze kuelewana, tuweze kushauriana. Ndipo tukienda kupima hasa tunajua ni nini hasa tunaenda kupima.
In order to adequately prepare those who benefit from the services provided, they are involved in line with human rights approach to programming.
We ensure that all the service providers who are providing counseling and testing are recruited when they are fully trained and certified by NASCOP as service providers. We ensure that they are using all the latest tools like MOH 362, MOH 711 and all the other tools as required. Referral mechanisms are very important. We have made efforts to ensure that referrals and linkages and networks are actually enhanced to ensure continuum of care, ranging from prevention to care and treatment.
Prior to the HIV testing and counseling exercise, trained peer educators mobilized their peers to attend the sessions.
Our main objective is to encourage the youth to know their HIV status. Sisi kama youth, what is the importance of you knowing your HIV status? Yes, Nancy?
To plan for the future.
To plan for our future. Another one? Yes, Felix?
Kujijua ni kuwa sure.
Okay, so tumejua pia ni vizuri tujijue ili tuweze kuwa sure ya jinsi venye tunaweza panga maisha yetu.
Goma guru rimakinu rinevane takapara karamata servende mtibwa.
Sisi kama jamii ama sisi kama Morans wa jamii ya Kimasai lazima tuwe na zile njia ambazo tutajikinga si kutokana na kirusi cha ukimwi. Kwa hivyo mwenzangu tu nipe hiyo njia moja.
Ndio nipate kujikinga lazima kwanza niende kwa kituo cha afya nijue hali yangu. Nikishajua hali yangu ndajikinga ndio hiyo kirusi isinishike. Mimi ni mume wa mke moja, naweza sema nabaki tuna huyo mke moja, sitaki mke wa pili. Cha pili, naweza toka nje. Nikitoka nje nahakikisha niko na condom mfukoni.
This is done in different ways, among them using youth groups and night or hotspot outreaches for MOPS.
We have different strategies of letting people know their HIV status. One of them is a mobile visit. We go to the community, we set up our tents and provide services during the day. And the other strategy is almost the same, but we work during the night so that those people who don't have time during the day can get to know their status at night. Our clients are ushered in by our receptionist. In the room, I'll introduce myself as an HTC provider, and I'll share with the client what time the test will take.
Habari yako?
Nzuri. Habari yako?
Nzuri sana.
Karibu. Mimi naitwa Lilia.
Ndio.
Mimi ni visiting counselor. Inachukua kitu dakika 25.
During the entire counseling process, the client is assured of confidentiality following the prescribed National AIDS and STI Control Program, NASCOP, and question-answer aspect.
Chenye tutakuwa tunaongea ni siri. Ningependa unieleze ni kwa nini umeamua kujua hali yako leo.
Asante, nimekuwa mobilized. Nikaambiwa ni vizuri kuja nijue hali yangu ya VCT. Na nikaamua nikasema nikuja nijijulie hali.
Umewahi pimwa?
Sijawahi pimwa.
Hii ndio mara ya kwanza.
Ndio mara ya kwanza.
In order to convey the messages clearly, the counselor gives the client sufficient time while counseling. This helps the client to fully conceptualize and understand the information presented before embarking on the testing so that he or she is prepared to receive the test results, whatever the outcome may be.
We have two types of tests that we carry out at the VCT centers. The first test kit is called Determine. Determine is highly sensitive to HIV antibody. It looks like this.
To start the test, a little of the client's blood is drawn from a finger and placed on the Determine testing strip.
After taking 2 samples of blood, there's a solution we add onto it. It's called a chase buffer. Then we leave it for 15 minutes. After 15 minutes, we interpret the results. So if there are 2 lines, that's an HIV positive result. If there's only 1 line above, that's a negative result. If there's 1 line below or there's no line at all, these are invalid results. So we have to redo the test with the same kit. When the test is positive, we do a confirmatory test with a different kit, which is called Unigold. After 10 minutes, we can interpret the results. So in Unigold, if there are 2 lines, that's a positive result. If there's 1 line above, that's a negative result. If there's only 1 line below or there's no line at all, these are invalid results, so we have to redo the test. There are some cases that we have discrepant results where Determine is positive, Unigold is negative. We do a filter paper. I label the filter paper with the client's name and the date. I take 10 drops of blood. Each circle must have 2 drops. Then we let it dry up and then we store them in the Ziploc. We have a desiccant to preserve it. And then there's a form we fill before we take them to Kenyatta National HIV Reference Lab. We fill the client's name and the type of results that we have actually gotten from the tests we've done. And we do the name of the organization, the name of counselor who has done the test, and the supervisor's name. After 1 week, we go back, pick our results, and give them to our clients. Normally the results are written, unlike VCT where they only see the results. This is where we do our records, and every 5th of the month we report to the DASCO, that is the District AIDS and STI Control Officer, who also reports to the PASCO, Provincial AIDS and STI Control Officer. All that we do, we are guided by the National Guideline for HIV counseling and testing. It protects us as counselors and our clients. Apart from the counselor supervision sessions, which we have once in a month, we also receive PT panels from National HIV Reference Lab Kenyatta, that is the proficiency testing. We send them to Kenyatta and then they give us back the results after they have done their test.
Sasa nimejua my HIV status na niko ready kuface life na confidence. Na pia kutoka hapa nitajoin post test club na pia nitainfluence maitu wenzangu wakuja wa test wajue their HIV status.
Many youth have now gained more confidence to go for counseling and testing. Those who test negative are encouraged to continue spreading HIV prevention messages to their peers.
Mimi naweza encourage niwaambie msiogope kwenda kutest, na ni voluntary au forciwi. Niona make two decision. By the way, ukimekio decision na kwenda kutestiwa ni decision poa sana, kwa sababu natoka hapo uko unajua wewe ni nani na watakuwa nani kwa maisha.
Youth-friendly resource centers as structures or facilities where youth from within the community can come and receive HIV prevention and treatment information. And some of the ways in which the capacities of these structures have been built is in terms of providing physical facilities, training the group leaders, but also exposing them to other areas where similar institutions or structures have been set up for purposes of learning.
Those with positive results are linked to psychosocial support groups for people living with HIV.
Wakati utatembelea kituo cha VCT, kama wewe utapatikana ukiwa negative, utaonyeshwa njia ya kuishi. Kama wewe umeathirika na bibi yako hajaathirika, utakuwa unaonyeshwa katika kinga zile utakuwa unatumia, na vile utakuwa na maisha mazuri hapa duniani na tena maisha marefu.
There are about 400,000 discordant couples in the country. Many of those in discordant relationships do not know their status, highlighting the need to increase couple HIV testing and counseling nationwide. As sexual partners go for counseling and testing together, it will enable them to handle any challenges, therefore equipping them to fight together rather than fight one another. Couple HIV testing and counseling has the potential to reduce worry, fear, and blame among married individuals. Notably, many most at-risk populations are also accessing HIV counseling and testing. The HIV counseling and testing